Welcome to week 4 podcast. Hey everybody, first podcast of the season. Sorry we're slow to get started. I'm Sam, and of course we have with us Rob. How's it going, Rob?
So I'm good, Sam. Hello, everybody. Well, I told you we would get you going this year. We may do these with a little less regularity, but we'll get you caught up as we go through them. So sorry to take 4 weeks, right, Sam?
Yes. And hey, again, great draft, everybody. It was a lot of fun from what I hear on both sides. So it was a great draft. I'm sure everybody is hurting from injuries. I can't believe so many injuries happened to star players and first round draft picks and stuff. But hey, that's fantasy football.
I think if you have not been impacted by an injury at this point, some of them a season-ending variation,
Yeah,
then you can consider yourself lucky because there's
exactly.
been quite a few.
Exactly. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the standings real quick. Let's start off with Conference One Earth. We got Straight LA at 3-1. Belichick made 2-2. Wolfpack 2-2, and Dean Gray at 1-3.
Yeah, so Dean Gray needs to upgrade that palm tree thing he's got on there because when he was Pete Muppets, I think there was a peat plant or some crap.
No, that was a Seiko palm tree. He was.
Okay, so what the hell's this?
I know, right?
I mean, if he's gonna be Dean Gray, at least give me like an upside down marijuana leaf or something, in
Yeah.
honor of Green Day. For those of you who don't get the reference, old men. All right, straight LA Kings, yeah, he's rolling, man. 520 had a big week last week, 3-1. It's middle of the road score, but it's up there. Belichick mate, he's been hot, but he's been kind of unlucky a couple times here. But he got a win last week, I know, so he's back to 615. So Wolfpack hanging in, that's pretty close. And then you got Dean Gray kind of pulling up the rear there with, being one of our only teams that haven't broke 500 points yet.
Yeah, and let's look at the win division. The Heart Foundation doing really well, 2-2. Kelly Cougars
Fine.
2-2.
Hold on, wait a second. Yeah. So wait, we don't say really well at 500, Sam. We're just saying he's treading water along with Kelly Cougars in the autumn wind. Okay.
Yeah, I mean the point spread from Kelly and our foundation. That's what I meant. Really well.
He does.
He has a pretty big lead.
His win probability should probably be at 3-1 at this moment in time, but as it turns out, he's only at 2-2.
Yeah, and of course, Autumn Win, who had a fun draft, 2-2, and of course, Ninjas has a last at 1-3. Yeah.
Yep. You know what? Yeah, you got a Heart Foundation. I got to throw out some love right now for Kelly Cougars, man, because he's doing well this year.
Yeah.
And, he's loving life. His son's kicking ass, and his Miami Dolphins are rolling, baby.
Exactly. So, yeah. Drafting Dolphin players is pretty good this year.
As long as they're playing at, and not at Buffalo, and doing that, because that's a little bit of come down. But man, when they're playing Denver, dude. Hey, everybody! I told my son last week. He's like, he didn't start somebody against Denver, and I was like, dude, I don't care if he's a Bear. Denver can't play defense, man.
Yeah. Even
won the game.
Even Chicago looks like an all-pro team against Denver.
Yeah, they still lost. I wouldn't go that far, Sam. Man, Sam's very free with the compliments tonight, man.
Let's go to the other conference. Fire Division. Degenerate Bastard at 3-1. Legged Rob, Gangrene at 2-2. High Rolls at 2-2, and Tay, the Bagger of the Bat, at 1-3.
Oh yeah, man, yeah. Well, this conference is a bitch, man. And so Degenerate Bastards, he's hot. He's been rolling it up there. But I mean, I had a nice big week to kind of get back into the relevancy last week to kind of get up there and doing all right there. And then of course High Rollers and Bagger Bat are always dangerous right there. So this thing 3-1 to 1-3. It's pretty close. I like it though, man. I mean, let's say I'm coming. I'd say I'm coming for you, Michael, but you beat me pretty good.
Yeah. Let's go to the other division, Water Division. El Oso Verde 4-0. Saz.
I got two kids in this league. I got one, the only one without a loss, and I got one, the only one without a win. So
that's right.
It's interesting. So El Oso Verde, he's legit 4-0. I mean, he might have gotten a lucky one in there, but that's but it's not too bad. We'll say again the win probability. If we're going to say that Cody should be at 3-1 at 2-2, then El Oso Verde should probably be at 3-1, although he's 4-0. So he's getting 121 points against him. Look at Savs, 3-1.
3-1. Yeah.
teams are just showing up to not play good.
Yes, yes.
105 points on average,
Hold on.
man.
Do I have more points? Oh, I just barely have less points.
Look at this. I mean, let's pile on Saz for a minute because he can handle it, man. He's the lowest. Is he the lowest scoring team in the league?
No,
He is. No, Sam, you
yeah,
are.
I am.
But
I
they're showing up and putting
am.
155 on your head. But he's
Exactly.
coming here with the second lowest points, and everybody's just going, you know what? Let me have my worst game ever. I mean, dude, that's a pretty remarkably low score against, dude, with a 105, man.
Yeah,
There was a game a couple weeks ago. I wanted to do a podcast so bad because it was just one of those deals to where the way the rosters were playing out through Monday night, and he had a moment in time where his I think his tight end had outscored all three of his running backs that had played. He was sitting there at 28, and he was just going, God, it's not my week, man. He got it back up there to around to a respectable score and everything, but it was just kind of one of those, like I said, all three running backs and a tight end played. I don't think anybody else, and it just made it look worse than it was, but it was not a good week for his running backs, man.
Mm-hmm.
And God knows we all have those sabs. We console with you deeply. All right, yeah, New Denver's kicking ass, too, and Mad Dog can't buy a win, dude. I mean, he's just... And he also can't buy a healthy roster, so it's gonna. I tell him, hang in there. He's gonna, eventually he gets to play me. So, that should be a win.
or me,
I don't know if we're going cross conference, but yeah, it's pretty close, man. I mean, these teams are pretty tight this year, and like you said, these injuries are killing it. And I don't know if we got it right with the 5-man bench and the 6-man bench, but I can tell you that if we go up to that next year, I can tell you this much. I'm not seeing anything of value on the waiver wire week to week. It's just, I'm literally still sitting here with Mike Williams on my roster because I'm like, I don't need anybody. I'll save the $5, until I get it later. So I don't really think that's a problem. We're going to find out as we go into the buys, but that was kind of by design. We can't have guys sandbagging and burying guys on the roster. Let's get it out there. And most people aren't carrying too many defenses, I'm noticing. So it looks like some people have kind of figured out ways around this. It'll be interesting to see how people strategize as we move into this. I think, if I'm not mistaken, like weeks 8 and 9 are like the bench. It might be 9 and 10, but it gets started this week. Everybody rejoice. So it should be fun, and maybe somebody will get desperate and shake something free. I noticed on your side, Jalen Waddle was actually out there last week. That's irritating. We get stuff like Sky Moore. He breaks free on our side. So I don't even remember these guys drafting some of the guys they're dropping. So it's been ugly. Let's do a speed round, Sam.
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's do the rundown here of the games last week, Rob.
Give me 1 second to get on my weekly results. Let's roll through it, brother. All right, you ready?
Yep.
We don't have any exciting like TikTok sound or something. Hold on. Let me take a swig of America's finest beer that will not open off the top. So hold on. All right, Wolfpack, straight LA. What do we got? Straight LA, 132, Wolfpack 97. This was kind of the game where neither started the running backs they should have. So that's more like David Montgomery over Derrick Henry sitting on the bench. Ouch, ouch, ouch. But David still had a huge day out of Stephon Diggs. Huge day out of Stephon Diggs. Great performance out of his quarterbacks out there, even getting a little love out of Jordan Love. I'm so jealous of Jordan Love. I got like fucking Trevor Lawrence on my team. I wish I had Jordan Love. Kirk Cousins, on the other hand, threw a 100-yard touchdown to the other team. It's just awful. And, dude, Joe Burrow, man. I mean, they need to put this guy on the he needs the pine, man.
He has the highest paid contract right now, and
I know, but he's clearly hurt.
Yeah, yep.
I don't think that whole team forgot how to play football in 1 year, but I mean, this dude's playing. I mean, they got this guy throwing like 6 foot like short routes, and I mean, like just. The dudes aren't even going past the line of scrimmage. It's bizarre. Anyway, straight LA Kings does what he's been doing a lot of so far this year. Gets off to a big win with the marginal score, but he's had some big scores this week. Belichick mate and Dean Gray, and Belichick mate having his best team ever, even including the previously noted. He has never actually done anything in the NFL and was only really good in college 1 year, Trevor Lawrence. But man, Trevor Lawrence. Christian McCaffrey. So he, however, is an amazingly good player.
If he can stay healthy, Come on.
Well, that's the rule. If he can stay healthy, and I'm hoping he does, because I'm rolling with him too. Unfortunately, a lot of the rest of my team looks like Scott's mess over here. A.J. Brown finally showed up for the year. That's nice. 41 points out of him. but it's not enough. Patrick Mahomes having one of his worst games in the NFL, and it's still better than most games that guys like Daniel Jones have played this year, Justin Fields, etc. I mean, we were talking about the other night. Patrick Mahomes has a game like that, and you go, but Daniel Jones has like 12 of those games a year, and it's a mess. Jared Goff coming through, but looking bad. No, Patrick had a nice week, man. Justin Herbert even went out there with the mangled finger and everything, and absolutely not much of anything out of his wide receivers this week. Yeah, but got it where he needed 170 points, 4 points from his defense, and he still wins. Dude, get over the Patriots love. Just because, you grew up and Tom Brady was fantastic doesn't mean you still got to root for a team from Boston, bro. Kelly Cougars, we already threw him some love. Let's throw him some more. 167, blowing up Ninja Assassin. Anthony Richardson, man. I mean, he's been a find.
He's been consistent this year when he was playing. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. Nolan kind of, told me he thought he was great, and I said, like I like to argue with Nolan. I said, yeah, whatever. And the only thing I'm noticing with him is that, I mean, he runs and he's already been concussed once, and he had another game where he might have actually been concussed, but they're like, no, there's no concussion to see here. So, I mean, you don't want to, especially a kid, man. This guy's like, what, 20, 21 years old? I mean, you hope that's not how his career goes. Before we get to Kelly Cougars here, let's just dwell a little bit on Russell Wilson, who actually, the team sucks, and, he goes ahead and melts down when he needs to, but the flip side is he's actually, damn it, he's fairly fantasy relevant this year, I would say.
Yep.
Kelly Cougars, the only thing I'm going to say about your team, bro, is you got to check that injury report before 10 a.m. on Saturday mornings. Deshaun Watson was not playing in that game. The autumn wind, oh my God, 122. He won. How the hell did that happen? How do you win with 122?
Less than 2 points.
122. That's the one loss Cody's got on the year is that. Oh no, Cody's at 2-2. Yeah, I mean Cody comes in at 120, so I mean it's not like, oh, you should have won 120. I mean I guess, but that's not, you don't get that win too often, So I don't think we're gonna say much about this game other than Josh Allen had a remarkably good game. Oh, and Kansas City Chiefs are fantasy relevant this year, huh?
18, yeah.
Degenerate bastards just keeps destroying the world and taking names. And Justin Fields actually had almost 3 good quarters of football as opposed to none or maybe a half. So he looked great this year. David Montgomery, man, that is a top-heavy performance right there. 54, 38, 46. And it comes in with Mark Andrews at 24. Michael has the one tight end and the one tight end performance on the entirety of the year, which actually mattered. Everybody else getting like 2, 1, 0. I think I got like 4 combined. I go back and forth with different guys on different rules and different things we have in here, the defense or the whether the touchdown should go longer. Everybody's, feel the kickers, yay, kickers, nay, we got to bring the kickers back. Everybody's got concepts, and I love them all. I mean, I try to get it out there. The one thing that I can promise everybody is the tight end will be squashed into the ground and combined back with the wide receiver next year.
Yes.
We'll go the way of the IR and will never be heard from again because, I mean, it's just to the point now where the position is just irrelevant. It's like, I mean, it just nothing happens. It just sucks up a roster spot. So, interesting. All right. Hey, who won that game? High roller. Sorry, buddy, man. That's we'll talk about you got to do better. Gangrene. Let's everybody just go ahead and kick back. We're going to talk 20 minutes about Gangrene. Gangrene got a nice win. Finally, my team showed up. It was nice. I don't know about this mess. The only thing I'm going to say something about Tony Pollard. I'm going to start calling him Tony 2 yards because at this point. When they said carrying on the tradition of Zeke Elliott out there, I was like, I didn't actually know they were talking about carrying on the 2021 and 2022 version of Zeke Elliott, just without the occasional touchdown. That's my way of saying to this point, Sam, it's been a sad-ass performance out of a guy drafted quite high in the league and regularly shows up on everybody's rankings for the week as the highest pick top starter, especially if you go out to USA Today. That's a great site for everybody to go to, USA Today. Maybe People Magazine's fantasy rankings, actual hard copy. You can usually find it over at the Target. So, back of the bat, brother. I love you. You're the greatest player. It's an honor to even get a win against you. Every so often you allow me to do that. Mad Dog, Savs, 124, runs into the Mad Dog. Anybody can beat Mad Dog. Line up. Joe Burrow, catastrophe. My son hates him. My son also loves to leave points on the bench. I told him, I go, dude, it's pretty hard to have your bench outscore your starters when it's only a three-person bench. But Jesus, he's testing that theory, Sam. I mean, look at that. 55 points down there, Sam. 55 points sitting on the pine. Looking at guys like Jerome Ford with a quarterback that's out. T. Higgins, yeah, I can't blame for that one. That one's a terrible mess. And Pacheco against the Jets, yeah, it's a tough non-call, but eh, I, I don't know. I don't know, Sam. How do you not start DJ Moore in that game, bro?
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
don't.
I'm like, what are you doing? So Savs, kudos, man. 33 out of Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry finally showed up, everybody. He's back,
He's
man. The
back.
guy's still awesome, but it's like that team is just falling apart. And finally, I think we're at El Oso Verde at 4-0. Another top heavy performance. Herbert Richardson rolling in there, Josh Jacobs. And then the Dallas Cowboys defense is an actual factor this year. The defense, is this league rewards defenses, and some will argue to a fault, and we'll probably move the length of touchdown back up to where it was a little bit next year to kind of bring that back out a little bit. So they'll pull ahead, but most of the time, I think like week one, the defenses were way ahead. So I had a couple that were hitting me on it, and I respect the argument. It's true. I mean, when you're seeing running backs get 3 touchdowns and they got outscored by the New York Jets defense, you're like, Rob, there's something fucking wrong here. And I go, yeah, I know, but everybody hang in there. It's at the end of the day, I could argue even playing fields level, blah, 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 comparison to one another, et cetera. It all matters not. That being said, the Dallas Cowboys defense is rock hard this year, man. They're looking good.
Except the one game,
And
but
yeah, well, yeah, against the Cardinals where they just no-showed. But, the Cowboys, dude, for a team that hasn't won shit in like 3 decades, they can no-show with the best of them, can't they?
yeah.
I mean, they're like, no, man, we're 2-0. Nobody's going to stop us on our way. Oh, yeah, no. So, you're like, yeah, it's 30 years of this shit, guys. 30 years of not winning playoff games. Most of the time, not making playoff games. New Denver, bad loss. Travis Kelce, the worst thing that ever happened to Kansas City Chiefs football is Taylor Swift. Can't take it, Sam. I can't take it.
Well, the NFL is just going to promote it more and more.
Oh, great. I know it's wonderful. Small town, Kansas City, homeland values, all that crap, a history of losing and being irrelevant, and all of a sudden they win a couple Super Bowls and we get, Britney and
The Swifties.
and the Swifties. And it's just made worse when you guys sit here and listen to Chris Collinsworth babble incessantly. Even worse than me, Sam, during a game, So, all right, everybody. So that's it, right, Sam?
That's it for the podcast. Remember, and again, the waiver wire tomorrow at noon. Get your picks in, and I don't know how some of these people do it, Rob. I mean, I see emails right at 12:01. People making moves after the waiver wire. I'm like, geez, guys, don't anybody work anymore?
Sam, I can tell you that I'm in training, and it ends at exactly at 11:59. And as soon as that clock hits 12:01, I'm literally going back and forth waiting for that thing to update. Come on, because it's what you gotta do, brother.
Yeah. Hey, it's fair game. I'm not saying anything bad about it. Everybody does it, but I'm just, I just look at these emails at 12:01. I'm like, good Lord, folks, they're on top of it.
You're like, well, I couldn't get a connection. I was in the wrong part of my building. I remember I had to switch it back because we had back when like a couple of our players were in school, So and then now Max is on his lunch, so I mean you can make those moves. But oh yeah, man, if you wait till like 12:10, you're like, oh no, man, all the available tight end talent is gone. So all right, Sam, we'll see you, brother.
All right, everybody. Good luck this week.
Good luck, guys.